Inselmilkom u nilqakom lura dan il-programm wasanna propju fl-aħħar nofsija u nfakkarkom jekk intom tixtiequ tagħmlu kuntatt magħna jew inkella tistaqsu xi mistoqsijiet lil mistednin li jkollna waqt dan il-programm, tistgħu tagħmlu dan permezz taċċessaw il-paġna tagħna ta' Facebook li hija Early in the Morning. Infakkarkom ukoll li kull min ħajamel like fuq din il-paġna fl-aħħar ta' din il-ġimgħa propju nhar il-ġimgħa ħajidħol fiċ-ċans li jirbaħ numru ta' vouchers mingħand l-sponsors tagħna. Wasanna issa għal slot oħra li hija għal-qalbi ħafna. Jiena nieħu gost meta fl-opinjoni tiegħi bil-umiltà kollha meta programm ikun reali jkun ġej minn l-esperjenzi li xi ħadd jgħix ta' vera huwa stess. Jiena nintaqa' ma' ħafna nies fil-ħajja tiegħi ta' kuljum u wieħed minn dawn in-nies li ntqajt magħhom huwa John li ħanintaqgħu miegħu minn hawn ftit sekondi oħra. John huwa wieħed minn dawk il-ftit irġiel li u nies fajti li ġaluni nisma' u noqgħod kwieta. U għalhekk biex intom tibbenefikaw ukoll mill-ispirazzjoni li jeżerċita ħajtu biha, sidintu għal dan il-programm biex flimkien inqattaw dawn l-aħħar ftit minuti biex nitkellmu fuq kollox, mhux biss fuq il-professjoni ta' John per se. I welcome you to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I was telling our viewers that you are actually one of the very few people that manages to get me to listen, and not just listen, but listen and understand what you are talking about. People know you, you are a familiar face on TV. However, I saw another perspective of you, that is that the motivational part, which I believe comes far away from what you do in your daily routine. And the first question I have for you is this: why should anyone, without hurting anyone, of course, don't take a no for an answer? When a person is faced with a situation, many people tell you, no, you cannot do that, you cannot have this, you cannot do that. In a personal life, in something that may change who we are, why shouldn't we accept a no?
Well, I have some experience in this, if you know my story at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like the word no. I mean, no is negative. It lets people in on this idea that it's not possible and everything is possible. I think that we don't want to share with people the idea that to succeed is not possible. We want to say that everything is possible in life. I don't feel that inside of each and every one of us we have our own past that we need to understand, and we need to dwell within ourselves and find out what that is. And for someone on the outside, how do you know what I need? How do you know what I want? How do you know what I'm really made of? You don't know. I mean, you have your opinions and you have your perspectives, and your words may make an impact. But if I give you power over me, and I give your words more power than my own thoughts, then I start living the life that you choose for me. In my situation, and not just in my situation, in what I see, when I see people in front of me, I've spoken to well over 200,000 people. Unfortunately, I see a lot of people who do not have confidence, who do not believe in themselves, and where it stems from all of them, will ultimately come back to what they were raised in. Is it nature versus nurture?
Yep.
They're not naturally negative. We're not naturally negative people. We're not naturally prone to not succeeding. We're raised this way. Not always because of spite or because of, well, listen, I want to make sure that your life is going to be horrible, but sometimes based on fear or worry. I worry for you. I don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want you to, you know, walk out in the street as a woman and be raped. I don't want you to have experiences with a bad relationship, so I put worry into your head because it makes me feel that I'm protecting you more. But these things that we do, though maybe we're doing them out of love or for whatever reason, can implant in ourselves and make us feel stifled and stuck. This is where I find that it's a little bit of an issue here, when people do have this history and they don't feel that they're empowered. They feel that they've been depowered, and they are not exploring their life to the fullest. They are holding back. And I think that to each of us, we need to, as I said, dwell into our own self and see what it is that we want and who we want to be. And we have only one life, and it is our life. and it is ours to maximize to the fullest, and we don't ever want to look back at some point in life and say, I only got here because I allowed these people to control my thinking or my ways. I think it's much better to say I did all I wanted to do because it was what I chose to do. Whether it worked out well or not, in the end, it doesn't make a difference. I still did what I wanted to do.
Yeah, let me translate that. Mela jina saqsejt il-John, isma' għalfejn fil-ħajja naturalment mingħajr ma meġġew il-ħadd m'għandekx taċċetta li xi ħadd jimponi fuqek fatturi tal-ħajja, pereżempju tkun tixtieq tagħmel xi ħaġa u jkun hemm dik il-persuna li tgħidlek u lek ma tistax tagħmilha u hekk ma tistax tagħmilha. U John propju ħadin l-approach li hija interessanti ħafna. Fil-fatt John kienet jgħid li jekk inti tisma' minn xi ħadd, jiġifieri mhux qed ngħidu isma' tisimgħux mill-ġenituri jew inkella tisimgħux mingħand min jista' jtikom parir tajjeb, però finalment at the end of the day jekk inti qed tisma' mingħand xi ħadd li qed jimponi ċertu affarijiet fuq ħajtek, m'intix qed tgħix il-ħajja tiegħek, qed tgħix il-ħajja ta' min qed jgħidlek biex tagħmel hekk, meta inti tieħu ċertu direzzjonijiet li jkunu drastiċi li jagħmlu parti u jiffurmaw il-personalità ta' xi ħadd ieħor, fl-aħħar mill-aħħar il-ħajja tiegħek ma tkunx qed tgħixha. Aħna nippruvaw nkunu pożittivi kemm jista' jkun u propju John kien qed jgħid waqt dawn il-minuti li propju jekk inti tiżbalja jgħidu li xi ħadd webbes rasu u żbalja jew għamel xi ħaġa, però finalment tkun għamilta x'rid inti. U bil-Malti għandna saying li hija importanti ħafna li dejjem ngħidu isma' mill-iżbal titgħallem, all right, ma tipprova ma tagħmel żbalji, però biex issib lilek innifsek biex tkun persuna komplut, importanti ħafna li titgħallem tgħix ħajtek għax fi kliem John stess aħna nitrabbew f'din iċ-ċertu kultura fejn kulħadd irid jipproteġina, kulħadd irid tagħmel xekk u alla ħares jiġrilek hekk, però forsi jekk nibdew inħallu daqsxejn l-itfal li huma l-ġenerazzjoni li jmiss fl-aħħar mill-aħħar inkunu qed innebtu iktar kuraġġ f'uliedna. U dak kien propju dak kollu li qal John. So my next question into this discussion would be this. How important it is for us to love ourselves prior to loving anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, how important it is the most important. I mean, you've heard the saying, if you can't love yourself, how can anyone else love you? And how can you really love someone else when you don't really know the real value and meaning of love? To love yourself is to accept yourself, to look in the mirror at yourself and be comfortable by looking at yourself in the mirror, regardless of size, shape, deformity. It makes no difference. If you can't look at yourself in the mirror because you're afraid to see what you're seeing, you're running away from you. It means I don't want to acknowledge I'm in denial of who I am. You have to love that person. You have to speak to that person and say things to that person that you would be saying to your own children. I am valuable. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am strong. I am love. If you cannot say those things to you, how is it that you're going to raise your children or anyone around you in a positive way that's truthful? Because it isn't. You can't tell your child to be confident and to be strong. You can't say those words when you yourself are not that way yourself. You only propagate and continue to make the issues even bigger. Self-love is not something that, it's like anything. It's like for me to love someone, you have to get to know that person. To love yourself, you have to get to know yourself. It means less time on computers. It means less time, distracting yourself with the things in our world. Our world is really, I believe now, this is my opinion, designed to take us away from ourselves. Everything is technology. Everything is outside of ourselves. Our work is away from us. Our toys, our this, our that, our businesses, all these things take us away from taking time with ourselves to find out who we really are for our own self. So, all these distractions stop a person from getting to know who they really are. Why do I do that? Why do I think this way? Why am I feeling this way? What is it that I want for my life? Who am I? What do I want? These are real questions, and these are questions that need to actually really be answered, and not just like at 2 in the morning when you're lying there still, awake, and you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, why did I do that today? You know, I shouldn't have done that. Well, tomorrow I'll do differently. And you wake up late for work and out the door you go and you don't even think about that thing again for the next 3 weeks. You've got to take this time. So self-love is about an education. It's about an awareness. It's about getting to know who you are and accepting who you are and accepting those things about you, not compared to anybody else, but only to yourself. Are you maximizing yourself? Are you being the best that you can be? Are you doing the things in your life that you set out to do? Do you know what you want to do? And by taking this time, by having this approach, by creating this personal relationship with yourself, by saying to yourself consistently over and over and over like a routine just how great you are, it's really going to be a hard thing to accomplish in that self-love, because you're not going to get self-love because someone loves you.
No.
You're not going to get self-love because you have a nice car.
You're never complete.
How can you be? These are all surface issues. Deep down inside, there's always a war going on between the two of us. The two of us meaning the part I hate and the part I think I love. And they're always arguing, you know. Oh, I look okay today. No, you don't look good at all. You need to be. It's constant.
Yeah.
It's a constant battle. And usually what happens is the good always loses. You know, I'm going to say this. And I see this in people left, right, and center. They always tell you about their negative things about their day. You know, my day was this, it was not that, it was this, it was that, it was this. And they're always telling you about the negative things that happen. But they don't ever tell you about the good things that happen. It's very, okay? And I say,
Such a negative society.
Yeah, so why is it that it's negative? Tell me all the things. So, okay, all these things are negative. Nothing good? Did you wake up this morning? Were you breathing? Absolutely. You still got your function, your legs, your all these things, your heart's still beating, you still have your looks, you still have your, yes, all these things are still functioning. All right, did anybody say anything good to you today? Wow, you look nice. Did anybody say these things? Yes, yes, yes. So all of these things, when you really look back at it, you heard 20 times more positive things in the day than you did negative. But the thing is that in our own self, because we don't love ourselves and believe in ourselves, our positive bucket is nothing but holes everywhere. So it's like pouring water into a bucket with holes. And at the end of the day, you look in your bucket and go, there's nothing here. But then you look at your negative bucket and it's purely tight. There's not a hole or a crack or a crease, and you look and go, I'm no good. Why should I love myself? Nothing's good is happening in my life. Another day of this, another day of this. It's a negative, negative, and our world pushes it. We want you negative, because if we got you negative, then, you know, then really, then with negative doesn't come